Hello, everybody.
What's up, Angel?
Everybody can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Happy New Year.
Awesome. All right, we can start with some announcements here. One, we're gonna have the basically, if you're new to this forum, we have a 5-question quiz. Today is going to be a 6-question quiz, and it's going to be some real situations that we've seen in the past, an oldie but a goodie, a trivia question, and then we're also going to have some clips. So I have Nima, who has been very good at doing some videos, and so what we're going to do first is kind of try a video instead of having to send it through chat, so that everybody can see it and see if it works. Nima, are you ready, buddy?
Yes, sir. And happy to run the test first whenever you want me to.
Here we go, guys. One thing, if you're on the phone, you're going to be able to take the test. I think in the past we've had some issues with some Chromebooks. So if you can't take it, it's okay, but you'll still be part of the discussion at the very end. Okay, so here we go. But the question is, no points have been scored in sudden victory. In the first tiebreaker, wrestler A chooses bottom and is ridden out for 30 seconds. However, wrestler B is penalized for an illegal kickback. So we continue wrestling, obviously. Wrestler B then chooses top and rides out wrestler A, resulting in 1 minute of riding time. Which of the following is correct? The answer is C, and it should say that wrestler B as in boy, is awarded 1 riding time, which ties the match. And we're going to clear the riding time, okay? Clear the riding time and put 1 minute on the clock. Now, I see 5 of you have identified that we put 2 minutes on the clock. Oh, sorry. I want to show the correct answers. Just know that on the second sudden victory, there's 1 minute. It'll continue with 1 minute on the clock. Okay, those 2 minutes is just for the first period. So please understand that as you officiate some overtimes. Okay. Any questions on that? Okay. Everybody can see the answer too, right? Okay. So, second question, wrestler B is placed in a neutral danger position while on a high bridge, while making the neutral danger signal. You notice the head comes off the mat and back down to the same high bridge position. Do you A, continue counting since wrestler A returned to the same position immediately? B, start a recount when he returns back to the high bridge? Call a stalemate since the count has stopped when the head came off the mat, or call potentially dangerous? Look on page 44 of the rule book, section 4.23. The answer is B. The danger zone utilizes near fall criteria outlined in 4.5.1, which, as you know, has 4 criteria, and one of them is to be able to be in a high bridge. But once you come out of that criteria, you have to start it again. Okay. And this is one of the videos we want to show. Nima, that's on you. Okay. So if you notice, we did one thing. We want to make sure that the official was blurred out. That way we don't focus on him. However, if you see the opponent's head came off the mat right there, and we stop neutral danger zone. Call. Okay. Let me head back to our tests. All right, Nima, you can stop sharing that. Question number 3. If wrestler A has wrestler B in near fall criteria while executing the first near fall swipe, the referee sees wrestler B vigorously grasping wrestler A's headgear. When this occurs, what do the rules require the referee to do? The answer is B, continue signaling near fall swipes and then award any points in a technical violation to wrestler A without stopping the match. So you can find that on page 51, rulebook section 5.2.c, and also page 58, rulebook section 5.8.6. Again, if it's not an illegal hold, you continue to wrestle. If it is an illegal hold, then you stop it after all action and then award appropriate points. Any questions on that? 4, this is the oldie but a goodie. I see that 93% of the people have gotten it right. Wrestler A commits the following infractions in the sequence: stalling, locked hands, figure 4 around the body, full Nelson, and then second stall call. So we have basically a warning, a technical violation, an illegal hold, another illegal hold, and then a second stall call. That second stall call is not NOT. It is not part of the infractions for illegal holds. So it would be a 1 point. 1 point is given, not 2 or 4. Whoever put 4, you're back in high school.
I'll be
Okay.
sarcastic here, but 98% of us got it right last time.
I know. That was, yeah, I know.
So 5% of the people didn't believe you last time.
5. All right. We are in sudden victory with the score tied 0-0. Wrestler A has a stall call. During a scramble and potential takedown situation, wrestler's A shoe comes off prior to scoring a takedown. What's the call? So I believe I believe after talking to Tim, this hasn't happened in 5 years, but for whatever reason, it's happened 3 times this year already. And Tim is going to take some time to talk about this. But the answer on this question is B. Okay, let me scroll down. B. And we're going to explain this in just a second. So we have rule book section 5.7.16. Stop the match. Takedown is awarded for A, and the wrestler A is announced as the winner. Okay. So Tim, do you think it's a good time to take over now?
Got me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, we've had this situation happen. Again, it hasn't happened for a long time. And so just so you understand, in this case, or in the test question, when the takedown was secured, then again, because we were in sudden victory, the match would conclude. And yet, if we have the relation or the situations that we've seen, saw one shoe had fallen off and a takedown occurred with about 7 or 8 seconds left in the third period. And at that point, then you need to stop the match. You've awarded the takedown correctly. And you treat the shoe coming off just like a headgear coming off. If it's during a scoring situation, during action, you let it play out. In this case, the wrestler scored a takedown. At that point, you need to stop the match and instruct him to put his shoe back on. That's a delay of match, and he would receive a stall warning. So where this can get interesting is if you look at the test question, let's say that we had a 0-0 score going into the third period. And Rustler A has, has riding time, but the score still reads 0-0. Okay. Or let me back that up. Rustler B has, it doesn't matter. Rustler A has riding time, and but Rustler B has been warned for stalling, and in the final 10 seconds of the match, Rustler B takes down Rustler A, but his shoe falls off. So now you would have a situation where you'd award the takedown, but Rustler B, who was warned previously for the delay, now would receive a delay of match and would be penalized 1 point since it was a second stall warning. And Rustler A would be down. Rustler A has secured riding time. So the clock score is going to read 2-1, but then Rustler A would be awarded his riding time point, and you would have 2-2, and you'd be going to sudden victory. So you can see where it can be a big call. Okay. The bottom line here is that, you typically see it happen. If we see it happen, but again, it's happened 3 times this year. But hey, if we're just rustling and and all of a sudden we have a break and they're both neutral and somebody's shoe falls off, well, again, you're going to stop the match. You can instruct him to put the shoe back on, secure it. It's his responsibility to secure it in the first place. He's going to receive a delay of match and a stall warning. But if you're in a scoring situation, guys, do not stop it. Let it play out. And if the takedown occurs, then, so be it, award it. But if you got time, then you're going to have to call the delay of match and penalize the wrestler who has to put his shoe back on.
Hey, Tim, real quick on that. What if the guy whose shoe falls off ends up getting a takedown out of the situation because something crazy happens and he gets the takedown? Does he secure the takedown, or does the shoe falling off precede that because he was in the wrong?
No. So if I understand you, you're saying that Rustler's creating the action, his shoe falls off and he gets the takedown. Is that correct? That's what you're asking?
Yes.
Yes. He would be awarded the takedown. We're not going to take away the scoring opportunity, but then you have to stop it, instruct him to put his shoe back on, make sure you secure it, and he's going to receive a stall warning for a delay of match.
So we have a this is the second video that we'd like to share. So let's take a moment to see this. Okay. So in this sense, as Tim has said, the Rutgers wrestler here would get a 2 takedown and then be awarded a stall call for having to delay the match, obviously having to put his shoe back on.
Guys, my recommendation, okay, and again, this is just something that has been kind of a fluky thing that happens, but we have the opportunity to be preventative. And I would just, as you move forward the rest of the year, I would just in your pre-meet say, hey, guys, while it's highly unlikely, we've had some situations where shoes have fallen off, and that's by rule, that's a delay of match, and I have to issue a stall warning. Please do everything or make certain your shoes are strapped on really tight and secure, because, to be quite honest, I don't want to make the call, but by rule, I have to. And I think you will clear up everything with that explanation in your pre-meet, and I would encourage you to do so.
So,
Okay.
what else would you like to share with us, Tim?
Well, I think, yeah, just a couple of comments. I think one, we've been off to a good start. And one of the things, guys, I would really encourage you to do would be that and I think this is really important. So if you, and I really want you to take this away, and that is that, we've got a lot of sources and we've got a lot of people who want to give advice, but all of you through, your officiating, through the way you've grown, through the way you've, by taking part in this call, all of you have found someone that you really trust, whether it be your assignment coordinator, Kenny Ritchie, or Mike Hagerty, or, Jake Llewellyn, or you also find yourself being able to reach out to Angel or Matt Sorshinsky, or, other top level officials. Guys, keep that network small, because when you start getting 5, 6, 7, 8 different opinions, okay, or you get an answer because somebody says, yeah, I think you missed that call, and you don't like to hear that, which none of us do, but guys, we're going to do it. We're human. I can't tell you how many calls in my career I missed. Okay. And the reality is that you learn from it, but you learn from it by being honest and accepting the fact that, okay, I missed it. Now I'm not going to let that happen again. But you really need to make certain that, hey, when you have these conversations, you're not getting 6, 7, 8 different opinions, because it can become confusing. And now you have doubt. And along the same lines, I would really encourage you guys, okay, to understand that the reason we have this training, and the reason that we have the updates, and the reason that we put things out is so that, okay, I've got a clear understanding. We've discussed it, and I'm going to go with it. Doesn't mean that you may not like the rule, or you may not even, but that's irrelevant. Our job is to enforce the rules fairly and consistently. And I think the other thing I'd be real weary about is that we'll have situations where, and we've seen it happen this year, we've had top level #1 ranked guys get beat. And we've had a number of upsets, a number of highly ranked wrestlers get beat. And in many cases, particularly if it's a #1 ranked wrestler, all of a sudden we've got just a flood on social media. And typically that flood on social media is going to come out and say, geez, that they couldn't possibly have gotten beaten. There had to be a questionable, or there had to be an incorrect call. And no, guys, it's not always the case. And this year it hasn't been the case, because somebody decides that, well, geez, had to possibly call that wrong. Couldn't have possibly called that takedown right. Well, guys, we have. And if we make a mistake, then we're going to get the word out and we're going to let you know. But don't let your source, or don't let doubt creep into your mind because you're reading tons and tons and tons of social media. And guys, many of you do. You love it. And you have every prerogative to do that. But again, I don't think it always leads to you. I think it leads in many cases to, all of these discussions going around. And it gets back to my point. My point is that, hey, when you have a questionable call, or you have a concern, or you want an interpretation, then reach out, whether it be to me or, to the people I've mentioned. Okay. And I think that's going to serve you much better than, and again, than taking part in these type of calls and discussions and updates. So that's my tip. That if you leave here knowing the answers to the quiz, knowing the situation with a shoe falling off, and knowing hopefully my words of wisdom, then I think it's a real, I think that's going to serve you well, is what I'm trying to say. So thank you.
Thank you, Tim. I appreciate your time, as everybody else does. You can't go yet because we still have one question to show. So when was Tim Shields' last NCAA? 40% chose 2015, and I believe it was 2015. So goes to show you how long Tim's been around after he's retired his shoes.
Well, and guys, many people wanted it to see it before 2015. So just know that understanding that no matter how long you do it, there's not everybody loves you. It's the nature of the game. But again, I appreciate Angel, appreciate the MSWA and taking time to do this call and get this information out to you. And secondly, guys, keep believing in yourself. We're off to a good start. We still got a long ways to go, but keep believing in yourself, because all of our officials are getting better. And that's because you care and you take the time to learn, and it's important to you. And so believe in yourselves and keep striving and keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you,
Hey,
sir.
and a big thank you to Mr. Nima Zima for providing the video.
Absolutely.
That referee looked like a Arnold Schwarzenegger movie Predator. Have a nice evening. Enjoy. Have a great weekend in wrestling. Learn more and make those calls.
Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Angel.
Thank
Cheers,
you,
everybody.
guys.